Tonight I'm going to be talking about Perplexity, which is straight up better than Microsoft Copilot. I'm just going to say it. Wait, I already did say it. Perplexity allows you to ask any question and have it researched and fully sourced by its AI. It can look up images and videos for you, and with a paid subscription, it can also generate images. You can organise past searches into collections, creating a personal library. And you can provide details about yourself to tailor articles to your context. So let's get into it. So first of all, we can just go to perplexity.ai or just look it up on Google. And here you've got your front page that looks a bit like ChatGPT. You've got a Google sign-in prompt here and all of the cookie policies. I'm just going to choose yes to signing in with Google, but I'm not sure what it actually changes. However, when we do sign in using the prompt, we'll be showing this introductory leaflet of sorts telling us that all our results will be sourced and synthesized. And if we want, we can keep the research going with related searches. Next up, we'll be asked to choose what tier we're interested in. I'm not sure if we're already put on the free one by default, but I'll click it anyway. You can pause the video if you want to see the pricing and benefits of the paid tier. If I'm completely honest, I'm not that bothered about the mobile app at the moment. The QR code is there though if you want it. You've also got a list of preset questions, but I'll just skip those for now. Now back here again, if you click the focus button under Ask Anything, you'll be able to tell Perplexity what kind of research you're doing, whether it be academic, creative writing, doing arithmetic, and so on. So let's click on Discover. And this is a bit like that Google app on Android when you swipe to the right. You've got all these headlines that you can scroll through. I'd wager this is better though, of course. We will come back to this a little later, but it will make more sense to show you some of the features first. So going back to the first page, if you click on Ask Anything, you'll see a list of trending searches that you can try. Instead, however, let's try looking up the weather in Glasgow. The search will appear in the History tab to the left, and all the information we need will appear in the centre of the screen. Exploring what's been generated here, you can see the related searches that appear at the bottom. Looking up the weather isn't the most ideal use of Perplexity though, so let's try something else. Let's see if anything interesting comes up if I click on Refund on Delayed Flight. So we've got something new here. We've got some sources at the top which are referenced in the body of text, and there was a lot more information here with instructions in bullet points. If we click on one of the sources, we'll be taken to the exact URL the information was taken from. This is the Citizens Advice Bureau, for example, a very trusted source in the UK. You can add this as a collection, which is a way to organise your previous searches, as well as introducing a bit of personality or context with further AI prompting. You'll be able to give it all sorts of descriptors like title, description, and a cute little emoji to identify it easier. And here you'll be able to tell it the kind of assistance you want it to give, or what kind of influence you want to have over the AI. If you're wondering what it looks like in the Library tab here you can see the last thing we searched for and the last thing we saved in our collections. It is mainly for organising purposes. I'll put up a screenshot showing what it looks like when you create a thread. But basically it's like keeping a folder, where each piece of paper is a different search. If we want to create any changes to our collection, or folder in any way, we can just click on the top right here, and we'll see the same screen as before. Let's try this focus feature, and try something academic. We'll settle on quantum computing 2024. So here we've come to expect the sources and the synthesized text that's been generated. And you can see there's a lot of information here to chew through. I wanted to save this for one of the academic searches But this is basically Google Images but for Perplexity, and clicking on these will take you to the expanded versions. Clicking on these from here will take you to where the image came from. It seems this image was taken from an article back in January of this year from the Quantum Insider. We can do the same thing for videos found online, but unfortunately it looks like you have to be a paid member to access generated images. Next to the focus feature, we have the attachment option. If you look closely, you'll notice that you can only use it up to 3 times. I imagine you'll get more flexibility under the paid plan. This feature is available in both ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot, and I haven't seen any restriction on how many times you can use it there. I guess that's another win for those two. If you're curious what you can modify within the settings, we can just head down and click the settings icon. We can select whether we want to change it from dark mode to light mode, which you don't, language, cookies, etc. We can choose whether we want our data to be kept and used by the AI. People who are conscious about that sort of thing can just turn this off, but right now I'm not that bothered. Then we have the ability to select which model we'd like to use. You'll always find this setting in AI web platforms, but it looks like it's limited to the paid tiers. I'm not going to leave feedback right this second, but if you want to do so, you can do it right here. Another feature that's quite similar to creating a collection is to give the AI some information about yourself so it can cater its answers more closely to you. I don't usually like to because I'd rather just explain the context as I go. Last I checked, however, it didn't have the facility to provide your location, and I can imagine this being extremely useful when the information you want is only relevant to your area. They actually offer an API, and it looks like they're using the same kind of plan as OpenAI. It doesn't prompt you to upgrade when you click on Setup, but it does want your card details, so I can only guess they charge you based on the amount of content that's generated. Coming back to the Discovery tab, I think I mentioned before, but it's laid out like a typical newsfeed. You'll have your headlines and be able to click into them to expand, but rather than a single article, it's multiple that congregate to produce a new one that summarises whatever events you clicked on. You have a brief table of contents in the upper right, and you can click onto each image to expand it or go to the source URL. So what do we think? Do you think you'll use it more than ChatGPT and Copilot? As I mentioned previously, with Microsoft Designer you can get image generation for free, and Stable Diffusion can even work offline if your PC can run it. Apart from that, having everything compact and easy to manage on one page is a delight, and I can easily see myself setting this as my homepage instead of Google. And as I always say, if you liked what I had to say in this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to this channel. And I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.